Morning troops, I enjoyed your comments from the GDL video where we were talking about graduated driving licenses and do you guys essentially think they are a thing, or they should be a thing, sorry, in this country. It's the only video I've done where 100% of the people that actually made a like or a dislike liked it. I didn't get a single dislike on the video. Usually there's always there's one person out there, and I reckon I know who you are, but that dislikes every video that I do. I mean, the easiest thing to do at that point would be to unsubscribe, but hey, that's what I would do. Now, on the flip side, there was a few comments of people that most people, as I said, agreed, and things mentioning things like motorbike licenses, how that's pretty much GDL based on like engine size. But a few people did, and I mentioned it in the GDL video, but a few people said about older people that essentially got their license a long time ago and have been made to do no sort of refresher training at all. Now, that has always baffled me about the way we do things on the roads, because it's such an important thing. You are talking life and death at times. And it absolutely baffles me because I'm ex-army and my trade was helicopter ground crew, and every year we had to do refresher training. Doesn't matter what you'd done in that year, how much you'd done, you did refresher training, currency training. Simple as that. Now, I took a lad on not that long ago, and he had to do what's called an extended driving test. So if you've heard of that, you'll know what that is. But essentially, his crime was getting caught doing 149 miles an hour down the disc bypass. That will do it. That will do it. You will lose your license if you're caught, which he did. And the judge at court decided that he needs to go and do an extended driving test, which is about 70 minutes long, to prove that you can drive to the standard that is expected of you as a reasonably safe and competent driver. So we did a few lessons, and he was good. It was kind of what I expect from someone when I do take on someone that's been, shall we say, driving a long time without any sort of refresher training, not even watching videos like you find people do. I do expect quite a poor standard generally, and he was quite good, but he's a very reactive driver. And you know my opinion on reactive drivers that have no anticipation, no forward planning. I find them quite irritating. And so that was the thing I picked up with his driving, is that it was very much just reaction, no forward planning. But we did a bit of work, and he was going up to his driving test. Now, on the way up to his driving test, this happened. So he's coming up to the junction I'm about to come up to in a minute, and he's emerging left. It's a giveaway. And as you can see, when he first pulls out, it's not the best decision. There is a red car this is a national speed limit, so it could be coming 60, even plus, of course, if they're speeding. Now, at that point, if that was a learner, 100% the brake would have been on, but he was a pretty quick driver, so I was expecting him to then really get the speed up and have minimal to no impact on that red car. And if you watch our speed as we accelerate, there's just nothing. It's very gentle acceleration. I have the audio turned off because under GDPR you cannot record audio on a driving test, so it was already off. But at this point, I'm starting to go. So the first thing I did was point in the mirror. So you see that red car, and I'm expecting him to go, oh yeah, and then build the speed up, and nothing happened. So I go faster, put the gas down, and I'm going gas heavy, and nothing is happening. Like, it's just gentle acceleration. And you get to the point where the Audi now illegally, because they cross a solid white line, but they do overtake us. And of course, in the advice and highway code, in this situation, the red car should simply just ease the gas off and maintain separation. But some people see red in these situations and can't control themselves like children. So he overtakes us stupidly. And this is then the stupid part, of course, is that he then wants the next road on the right, barely controls the car, and you don't quite see it, but he nearly loses control really as he turns in, because it was a very foolish move. But I was sat there at this point a little bit bemused. And the first thing I always ask is, well, what did you think about that? And I'm expecting him. I suppose I didn't expect the response I got. Well, that was all right, wasn't it? The red car was a bit silly. He shouldn't have done that. He nearly lost control going into the turn. And that answer really stumped me. And I said to him, well, did you feel like you contributed to that at all? No. Like, literally just like that, no. So I'm honestly, at this point, with a learner, you would get a response like, oh God, yeah, that was really dangerous. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, that was terrible. I need to make sure I work on this. But with him, it was just nothing. And this is the interesting part for me about like when we're left on our own, is the gaps in our knowledge, understanding, skills, and attitude are the things that cause incidents on the road. It's not people that don't have gaps in any of those things. And he's got a clear gap in his understanding and his attitude. So we were talking about like it was a giveaway, and I said, did you not realise that it's a giveaway? You must give way to traffic on the major road if you're going to make them change direction, swerve, stop, slow down. You must not emerge. He was like, oh, there was a gap. So he's literally just looking at this gap and going, oh yeah, that's a gap, I'll go. And then you can work around me. And a lot of people we see do this, isn't it? Where they pull out from a giveaway and they just do not build any sort of speed, which is outrageous. But it did get me thinking. Obviously, I've got couple of subscribers that are coming down to Norwich and going to be doing assessment drives. And it just raised an interesting point because I'm so used to learners, of course, majority of my work. And seeing this lad's reaction to what happened, which was really not good on his part, it left me feeling very baffled. And the only bit that really seemed to strike home with him was when I said to him he would have failed his extended driving test that he's about to go up and do. Oh, would I? Would I? Yes, you blooming would. Hopefully there's not many of you that watch this video and think that my lad here did nothing wrong, because he absolutely did. Yes, the red car is in the wrong, and there's the two wrongs that I hate seeing on the roads. But I just could not believe this person's attitude. And think about, as you're driving around, these are the type of people that are lurking amongst you, and they have massive gaps in knowledge, understanding, skills, and attitude. It won't be people like yourselves that are watching this video because you're interested in it. It will be people that see this video come up on their timeline and go, not interested, because they think they're the most amazing drivers already. I think what really struck me was this lad's absolute refusal to hold a mirror up to himself and say, I caused that. I caused that to happen. I was the first wrong in that situation. Obviously, there'll be plenty of people that say, oh, you should have braked, but he did have time to build speed up and potentially have a pretty non-existent impact on that car. But there was just nothing. There was just absolutely nothing. Anyway, so what's your opinion on the other side of the spectrum? We talked about GDLs. What's your opinion on people that he'd only been driving about 5 years, this lad lost his license and then obviously gaining it back. But in those 5 years, clearly there's been massive drop in his standards, whether that's down to his attitude or his understanding of things that he never quite understood, maybe when he was a learner. But what is your opinion on the fact that we are literally untouched until we're potentially 70, when all we have to do really is reapply for our license? And there's no formal testing, there's no requirement to read or understand the highway code. It is literally, you are just out on the roads until you stop driving. Let me know what you think about this one. It's interesting for me.